So, Natalie, what is a useful skill or skills that you look for at Brava Investments or, frankly, at any of the places that you've worked at during your career?
I think of entrepreneurship and entrepreneurial skills as not a career path. People sometimes frame it as like, I'm going to be a doctor, a lawyer, a journalist, or I'm going to be an entrepreneur. And I actually don't see it that way. I see it as entrepreneurship really being a life skill. And I think that everyone needs it. I think that no matter who you are, especially if you're exceptional at what you do, there's a really high likelihood that at some point you're going to be an entrepreneur. If you're a successful doctor, you may start your own practice. If you're a successful lawyer, you may decide to create your own firm. All artists, all people in the world of, say, athletics, right, are ultimately entrepreneurs. Who's their boss, right? They're self-employed and they're marketing sometimes themselves as the key product. So I would argue that the single most important skill that I look for and that a lot of employers look for is that entrepreneurial spirit.
And how does that usually manifest?
It manifests, in my experience, one of the key indicators that I see is a level of accountability that shows that even if you have a boss and even if you are an entrepreneur within an organization, you behave as if you own the place. You lose sleep at night as if it's your bottom line, right? And it doesn't matter how many levels down you are from the CEO. You act as if you own the place. You are accountable as if you own the place. And people notice. I certainly do.
So obviously, I'm interested in this in particular because I think that could also have a negative connotation. There could be young people who, I'm sure you don't mean it this way, who might act almost entitled. And that's not what you're saying.
No, I mean that thing that, and by the way, a true entrepreneur doesn't feel entitled in that sense, right? A true entrepreneur feels like they're accountable to their investors, to their customers. There is a sense of humility that a true entrepreneur learns whether they want to or not, because they usually get a slice of humble pie every week. And so when I say you own the place, I mean you feel responsible. You feel the weight of not checking out on Friday at 5 o'clock when something isn't finished, because even though technically you're meant to have finished your day or your week, you have that added sense of integrity and responsibility that forces you and makes you feel compelled to stay until it's finished, right?